So quite a steep hill here on the Drumgellic Hill, and I just want to move this wee car. There's a report on it of a noise for the rear, a rattling noise after the bumper was repaired. Now that might be something to do with the bumper, I don't know, but just a bit here. Right, foot's not on the clutch, handbrake off. Right, my feet are not on the pedals. Right, and we are not moving. Right, it's not got any. There we go. Lily, come on. So that just shows you how tight the brakes are. So I mean, once I get it on the lift, I'll be able to see what one it is. But there's definitely some binding brakes there. So God knows what's going on. So that's me moved the cab as well. So back off the brake. There you go. It's just starting to creep, but that just shows you how tight those brakes are. Or one of them anyway. Not sure if it's a caliper, whatever, but that's really tight. So make it a bit more difficult to get on the ramp, but hey ho, that's what it is. So a little 1 series, we'll start with the most important bits, right? The stoppy bits, the bits that stop you. So we can see this disc is all lit up orange. I'll come to the back to show you the difference, right? Not lit up in orange. Come to this side, same again, lit up orange. I'm solid, but I can hardly move that. And this one's the same, like, I can move it a wee bit better, but both calipers or the flexes or something is binding on. The brake pipes, they've started corroding. Right, somebody's already had a wee scrape at them just to double check them. Only thing I can't really check on this ramp is these anti-roll bar links because the suspension's pushing down on them. So probably 2 calipers, to be honest with you. I've done a load of calipers on BMs. And there's a noise, reported noise for the rear. Right, the exhaust split. Right, so it's just hanging on in there. It's actually, that's all that's connecting it there. There's about an inch it's still hanging on, so it's actually cracked here as well. Right, so it's cracked here as well. So I believe the car had a rear impact, so it's had a bumper, lamps and all that kind of stuff. Couldn't have had a bumper because that's still got mould on it and it's actually painted over the mould. Jesus man, these body shops, that is absolutely terrible. So it needs a tyre as well. Tyre is illegal now. Yeah, I would say so. Right, I'm not on the indicator, right, but that is the wear indicator. So right on the cusp, like, I would say I would just say put a tyre on it. So obviously the exhaust is knackered. That's just going to fall off the car and, very soon, I would imagine. So it joins up there. I'd need to take it off and assess the rest of it, but it's stainless steel. The only way that's cracked is because it's been impacted, right? So couldn't have been that bad because that's still the original crash bar and it's not bent or anything like that. So it must have been the exhaust that's taken the brunt of it. Right, party people. So the 1 series. So you've seen obviously the exhaust split on it. It's cracked. ×2. The front brake's been binding on. Needs a service and needs a tyre as well. So unfortunately I was going to reuse the brake pad sensor wire because it looks like it's no longer had brake pads and discs, but we're putting pads on as a precaution because of the amount of heat that's been on them, And there's a wee lip on there, but we'll try and reuse them. We'll try to keep the cost down because it needs 2 calipers. Look at that, but look at how hot that has got. Right, so it's got so hot that it's actually melted the sensor that it started to drip. So I can just turn it there, but obviously you can see it's been binding incredibly bad. So somebody's already had a wee scrape at these brake pipes before, but they will need done as well eventually. Same with that one, somebody's had a wee scrape with it just to see what's going on there. So this one doesn't have a brake pad sensor wire, right? So obviously there's nothing to melt there, but luckily it's not melted the boot or anything else. So you can see how orange it's got. So we'll see if we can clean all the discs up and reuse the discs, but everything else we'll replace. So stay tuned, we'll be back. We're going to get the oil drained out now, do the messy bits. Right, so I've welded up that crack. I've still got a bit to do, see, so I'll need to get that once I move the exhaust in a bit. So, and I've welded up this bit here. Right, hopefully we've got all of the crack. So we'll get a wee clean as well, stop it oxidising. So what I'll need to do now is lower the exhaust in and try and get the rest of that. Right, so now that I've moved the exhaust, I've just hooked it back on. I'm not in right now, but I've just hooked it back on to get some support under here to support it a wee bit better, because you can see the crack going right round now. So we'll give that a wee clean, and I'll put a wee channel in there as well, and then we'll start welding it. Right, so we've welded up those cracks. We managed to get all the way around. Right, so I managed to get all the way around the crack, and same with that one there. I wasn't sure if it was cracked in there or not, so I've just put a wee weld in there as well. So since, well, it should make it better anyway. So we'll put a wee bit of paint on there. I cleaned all the oxidisation off it, and we'll get a wee bit of paint on there just to protect the welds. So I've already drained the oil out as well, so the oil was really quite thick, so we've not had a service in a while. So anyway, we've got the oil drain out there, we've got a new man filter to put in it, we've got an air filter in there as well, and new sump plug washer kit as well. So we'll get the oil in it as well, and then we'll go on to the brakes. Right, so there's your answer as to how well that's been serviced. Not very well. Ready on the crap at it. Not good. So that's not been changed in a long time, that one. Okay, so this is the side that's melted the wire. I don't know if I'm getting that to move at all, like. It's very tight. You can hear it. And that is, it's not a big massive lever, right, but it's not tiny either. I don't know if I've moved that any. I don't think so. So, right, I need to get creative with this. Right, so we've fitted those two calipers, we've put the oil filter in it, put the air filter in it. We've, so far, put a gallon of oil in it, we'll run it and then we'll check it and see what else it needs. It says 6 litres, so we've welded the exhaust. Like I said, we've got the pressure bleeder on there, and we've got a vacuum bleeder down here. We're not vacuuming it, but it's just so as we can catch the fluid, we don't make a mess. So we'll crack this open. This is the furthest away from the master cylinder, so we'll get that one open, and there we go, there's the bubbles going down. Quite a few bubbles actually. So, new calipers, new pads, and obviously we've been forced into changing that brake pad wire as well. So we had to, it was all melted, couldn't reuse that, no chance. No chance of reusing that, so it'd probably just disintegrate on us anyway. So we'll do this, then we'll check the pedal, and then we've got one tyre still to do on it. So we'll need to get the tyre done as well. So let's try this bleeding up off. So I'm going to pause here. Okay, so I couldn't get it with one hand. Same again. Watch for the bubbles. There we go. Big bubbles. So let's see if I can get rid of all the bubbles in it. That should be the brake fluid. Most of it changed as well, and the brakes bled. So we'll stop that there, and I'll just hook the airline on that just to extract the fluid out of there. Right, so we just need to top the fluid up to the correct level, but the brake pedal seems okay. We'll drive it and then recheck it. If it's okay, then we'll no need to do any further bleeding. If we need to bleed it again, then we'll need to bleed it again. But at the moment, anyway, it seems okay. So we'll just top the fluid up, and then we'll just get a tyre left to do on this bad boy. All the tyre pressures. Right, we've fitted the new tyre, welded the exhaust, and we've done the service. So we've seen the air filter, oil filter. I just need to double check. Yeah, didn't do that. So that back onto there. There's a nipple for there. There's my little cover vent. What's it in here? Should be knocking about here. So where has it went? I'll take this one. We'll give it its original BMW look. Doesn't want to come off. Right. It's going to annoy me. Up here maybe? Yeah, right, okay, we'll get this one off. And put this one on. Right, so there we go, that's that one off. And let's put a little bit of a cap on. So, hopefully we don't need to bleed the brakes again. Just take it back off if we do. So the front, all the tyres were under pressure as well, and you can kind of see that when it's starting to wear the sidewall away. So the tyres have been driven flat. So same in this one, you can see that's how flat that's been driving on there. So it really needs to be checked every now and again just to make sure the tyres are at the correct pressure, or you just wear them out much faster than you would normally. So yeah, so we've just got all our service lights and all that to do on it, grease the doors, screen wash, check the levels. So yeah, all good in the hood. Haven't already, hit that big thumb man, hit that big subscribe button, have yourselves an absolute fantastic day. So we're back on the wee BMW. I'm going to get into here at the moment, right, because we do need to do the service lights on it, and then we're going to go and see about the brakes. There's no warnings on for anything basically telling you there's a fault. So please wait, this will do this for me. It's really good on the BMWs and stuff like that. So you can see it's turned. Oh, parking light failure. That's interesting. So it's turned off the ignition for me, and hopefully that's it, brought it back on, I think. So it's doing something. It's doing something. Yeah, it's brought the ignition back on. It's telling me there's a grand total of 12 miles range. So yeah, into hot functions. See if this is the right one. Date time, 3rd of the 10th, 12:52. Date time was successfully set in the vehicle. Right, pause here. Oh, there we go. Right, so engine oil, reset. So I had 5 services, but let's set this car. So, right, we'll pause, we'll come back when this is all done. Cannot get this to do this. Yeah, I prefer Audis and Mercs, man, I really do. Really do. Can't get it to do it. Right. Right, I'll need to come back to that, I'll need to figure that out. Right, so just having another quick look at the BMW. Right, so these are all battery voltage, right? Under voltage, under voltage, under voltage, under voltage. So we'll clear these, right? There's nothing in here as well about the ABS, so dynamic stability control. It's under voltage. I've got a charger hooked up to the car when they start at the moment. It was just too sluggish, so well, I'll save them anyway. We've got a copy. Right, so there's a copy of that on the machine. We'll erase it. See what comes back. Taking much time. Right, so I'll pause here until it's cleared. Let's go away now. So, electronic power steering. No communication. Side lights, front left faulty. But nothing in there telling us that the brakes are jammed on, so right, can spin them. No bother. It'd be good if I went to these and they decided they were going to work, but I can't turn that at all. I cannot, man, eh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to drive it off the ramp or no, but yeah, so we'll get a bash, but we'll only be putting it over here, not any further, so you can see the chargers on it. So, unfortunate, but that's what it is. Oh, right, I don't know what that is. The data transferred to the control unit below is the dynamic stability control unit. The repair assist has been updated, so we'll see what this is. I'll come back. Right, so it just failed, it didn't work. We'll try it in here. Yeah. End service function. So, not sure why that's doing that. I was hoping it would activate the pump. Dynamic stability control. See if we can do something in here. That's the ABS pump. So that was the ABS pump you heard running. Yeah, that's going. Yeah, I still can't move these wheels, and I mean cannot move them. Right, so out of that. Reset the control unit, activate. Look, tyre pressure control reset. No bother with that. Right. Not much we can look at in that, to be honest with you, so I think we need to send this away, and you can see looking at it. Right, there's a scribe mark there. You can clearly see that if my camera will focus. Somebody's put scribe marks there, and then some more there. So for me, somebody's had that out at some point in its life. Right, so that's the bar I had to put on it. The length of it, man, to turn the wheel. Just to turn the wheel, I could have turned it behind, I just put that on it to see if I could turn it, I've since been messing a bit with the fluid again, and I've managed to get it to turn, but I've not been up to press the pedal again yet. So I'm going to press the pedal, and then we'll see what happens, So obviously the back ones were free, seen that in the video, the back ones were turning freely, but the fronts weren't. You see, things like that, man, you just know how hot that's got. That's got really hot. So we'll put it in, we'll press the brake, and we'll see what happens. Right, so since I've been messing about with the fluid again, the pedal, it seemed to be working there, but I pumped it back up there, and it's went hard again, so I'm assuming, yep, I can turn them a wee bit now, but they are still binding on incredibly hard. So I'll do the clutch in, I'll do another set of pads. That one, I can turn them now a wee bit if I've been messing about with the fluid. So it's going to need that pump looked at. Right, the little 1 series, which the brakes were all jammed on the front, it had melted its brake pads, roasted its calipers. We couldn't get the calipers to go back, even with the flexi pipes off them. So we sent this away for testing, and they confirmed it was faulty and in line with what we had reported. So quite a common thing apparently, so we've had it repaired. You can see it's got the stickers on it from ECU testing, want a void if removed. So we'll need to get this put back in, and we won't need to code anything, we should just put it back in, bleed the brakes, and hopefully it should be all good. We shouldn't have any dramas, we didn't have any fault codes on that, so we had nothing to tell us that it was this that was faulty. We just had brakes that were stuck on, and the back brakes were spinning freely, but yet the fronts, once we put new calipers on it, man, we couldn't even turn the wheels. So fingers crossed, now that we've got this new reconditioned ABS pump, once we put it back together, we should be able to spin all 4 wheels all freely and all good. Right, part of the people, we has the 1 series Bimmer, the BMW. Only light we have on is auto stop start not available. Now the battery is very sluggish on it. I disconnected it, to be honest with you, because I knew the pump was going away. So check tyre pressures, it does have all the messages up there. So check your tyre pressures. So we fitted the pump earlier on, and I've got my brake bleeder down there still. I'll check it is clean. I'll get a blowout as well down here. And it's got a sticker on there as well, so try not to contaminate the sticker. I didn't tighten up the bolt yet actually. Right, so I tightened up all the pipes, I put the pressure bleeder on it, and I bled it to the pump anyway with the pressure bleeder, and I've moved the catheter out there. I do have brakes, so that's a bonus. Another bit of plastic for it, we'll need to put back on. So I bled all the brakes up at the pump anyway. I will put this back on it and do the calipers. So but we'll put the car up, obviously you've seen before. It got hot enough that it had melted the brake pads, melted the brake pad sensing wire, and cooked the calipers. So I'll lift it up. I know, just be driving the car, because obviously I drove it out there. Right, so the car, what was happening before was you could spin the back wheels, which we can. I need to put the cap on there, right, so we could spin the back ones, behind, right? The car's been sitting for over a week, probably about 2 weeks now it's been sitting. But we could spin them behind, we could not however turn the front ones at all, right? Now I can spin them freely behind, right? So happy days there. So happy days on that front. So I'll get the pressure bleeder onto it. I will switch the car off now as well because, well, 9 miles range, not much fuel at all in it, so I'll need to say to the customer we'll need to put some fuel in it and go and get a good old run. If not, I can do that and then just add it to the bill. Right, so we're on the back calipers, we're on the bummer. Right, it's best to start at the back, furthest away. You see the fluid coming down. Right, see it coming down there. So let's see no bubbles. We've got pressure bleed event actually, there's a couple of bubbles there. Right, couple of bubbles. Let the bubbles go. And then we'll just work our way around. So we'll go here, here, there, there. Right, and then we'll go and road test it and make sure everything's all good there. Should be, but should be. So we'll close that one over. Right, take that off. We'll leave the dust cover off just now, just in case we need to come back. And let's see about this one. How can we get into this one? This one's got the brake pad sensor wire on it. So let's see if we can get that out of the road. Get our Spaniard on. 11mm. Snap on. All the best. In my opinion, snap on's the best anyway. For spanners and sockets anyway. So I'm not a brand snob. Just going to experience. This one's a little bit tight. Oh. Right, okay, that one's a little bit tight. I'll come back to this. Right, a little air bubble in that one as well. Just see the little bubbles going. That was a wee bit tight, that one, but it's probably not been touched in a while, so once there's no more signs of any bubbles, we'll close that valve over and move on to the next furthest away one. So hopefully that's all it is. Just a little bit here. My pedal's good, my pedal's not too bad actually, to be honest with you guys, so I'm not too concerned. And obviously you've seen the front brakes are now turning, right, so I can put that back in, put a wire back in because it holds that wire there. Right, so that's that back on. Right, and now we will move to the driver's front now. So hook that round there, put our Spaniard up here, put the pipe back on, a Wesley pipe. We shall get our light again so I can see what we are doing. Stick that there. These ones are brand new, so fluid going here? Nothing yet. Oh, there we go. There we go, a few bubbles on that. So a few bubbles. So we'll tighten this one up now. That one's tightened up. And move on to this other side now. I've already taken the sensor wire out the road, yep. Right. So again, put the pipe on, get a torch so I can see what's going on, and it's still not fully opened the nipple. There we go. There we go, there's a bubble coming down it. So, and hopefully my pedal will be perfect now, it should be. Like I said, I didn't have a terrible pedal, I had a decent pedal, good enough that I drove the car in here. And I did drive it up the hill out there and reversed it a bit back and forth, and we seemed all good in the hood, so I'll let that go for a little second. Just because we had a few bubbles on that. And that looks all good now. not seeing any more. So we'll close this valve back up. Right. Close that back up, put our cap back on, right, and then put that into the bin as it'll run. And then we'll put it down. Check this pedal. I think I'll get rid of these gloves because they're all covered in brake cleaner, brake fluid. Right, so just took a wee road test there, and it's still all good, so the fact that the car's rolling now, that's a pretty good sign. So it's got 0 miles range now, so I've got to tighten up that bolt again, but so good job of bringing it back in. So yeah, we'll tighten that up just now so we don't forget for the, oh, I don't know, 10th time of it. So we better tighten that up. Oh no. So that was my Capton 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Not sure where it's went to. That's a 13. I can grab a short one, we'll find it in the morning. That's a 9. You went 10. Right, so we'll find that other one in the morning. So, tighten up this bolt, and I'll put the battery on charge, I think. Because, well, it could be doing maybe charge. But it's always sounded dead sluggish, I'm sure I already charged it. So, right. Get back on, check the level. So I do need to put the covers on. I'm going to leave it off, but I'm going to charge. So right, so one finger, right, one finger forward, one finger backwards. That's how it should be, right? So again, one finger, right. So these were spinning freely anyway, to be honest with you. So right, spinning freely. Same again. We'll go with the one finger. Right, just to show you how free they are now, right? Whereas before we couldn't even push the car, so fluid's all topped up. We'll just give this a final clean tomorrow. Some covers to put on the car. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, car. Let's see if there's a magic button. Not on there, so I can get in that way. Right, and I will need to put the boot all back together as well. Yeah, a bit of plastic's in the front, that's good. So I've got both bits of plastic there. So we'll just put the battery on charge, just because it's always been sluggish. It's probably not going to make any odds to it, but we'll put it on charge anyway and leave it overnight. So there you go, one BMW, other than the 2 covers. I'm sure you guys can manage that, but so other than the 2 covers, the BMW lives to fight another day. So if you haven't already, hit the big thumb, hit the subscribe button, man. Have yourselves a fantastic day, okay?